Hey guys, good morning. Dinosaur ribs today. Or short ribs. Beef plate short ribs. Well, I just left Home Depot and apparently they stopped selling my Royal Oak lump charcoal that I always use, so I gotta go to Walmart. Yep. Gotta go to Walmart now. Because they're the only other store in my area that has 30-pound bags of... Alright. They're the only other store in the area that has 30-pound bags of Royal Oak lump charcoal, so... Got some hickory logs though. Got some good old hickory logs that we're going to be using. So yeah, off to Walmart. I had to call my local Jewel and have them cut them for me, because normally you'll find them English style, which is not long bones. They cut them across the bones, little short tiny bones that you can make like sliders out of. So I went ahead and called my Jewel to have the butcher cut me, I don't know, these are probably about 8-inch bones. Nice thick slab of beef short ribs. This is from the plate. So we're gonna trim a little bit of the fat off the top of this thing, season it up, get the smoker going, and pop it on there. Alright, so there is a little bit of silver skin and some excess fat on here that I would like to remove. So we're gonna go ahead and just kind of trim this up best we can without cutting too much meat off. Alright, as you can tell, there was quite a bit of silver skin on it, and the fat cap went pretty deep right in here, so I took it down quite a bit. It's like a little valley. But we're going to hit this with salt and pepper only. Then we're going to get the smoker going and throw it on. Alright, so we're going to start with the back side, or the bone side. By the way, unlike pork ribs, you do not have to remove the membrane on beef ribs. You know, because when they're done cooking, basically, it holds them together better. You know, you can slice through this when they're done, but leave the membrane on there. That's what I'm gonna do. So start with kosher salt. You can use a binder. I'm gonna choose not to. And I'm gonna do salt first, so I can see how much I'm putting on. Don't forget the sides. Fresh cracked peppercorns. I love the smell of freshly cracked pepper in the morning. You're not really gonna eat that membrane part, so for a binder you can use mustard, Worcestershire sauce. I've seen people use hot sauce. Anything you want to use, really. I would go with either mustard or hot sauce. That's what I would use. But I am not going with a binder for this cook. But you can if you want to. That's the beautiful thing about barbecue or cooking in general. You can make it your own, make it the way you want it. Alright, I got my chimney going outside, and while the smoker's coming up to temp, I'm going to let this sweat out. I'm going to stick it in the fridge. Cold meat absorbs more smoke. I read that smoke stops absorbing into meat at around 130 degrees Fahrenheit, so colder when you start, the more smoke it'll take in. You might get a better smoke ring. So I'm going to stick this in the fridge, let it sweat, get our smoker up to temp, and we'll throw it on. Alright, so I got the coals in there, threw a little hickory stick on there. I always use Royal Oak, and I don't have a wood guy yet, so I buy the Kingsford stuff. Get it from Home Depot. Well, this I had to get at Walmart today because Home Depot stopped selling it. Yeah, once that catches, I'm going to shut that, let it come up to temp. We'll be ready to rock. Alright, so once that catches, we're going to shut that up, let that come up to temp, and we're going to be cooking around 275, 285 today. A little higher than brisket. Normally I do brisket like 225, 250, but with these beef ribs, we're going to do 285, 275 like I said. As long as you're around there, you should be good. Also, if you want to find out how I maintain temperatures on my offset, click this card up here. There's a little video on how I maintain temperatures. Alright, that's looking about exactly where I want it. Stack half open, vents half open. I'm going to get this thing on here. I'll put it offset towards the stack. The heat is coming from there. I will be spritzing this throughout. So yeah, we'll check back on it in 4 hours, I'd say. Alright, so we are around the 3-hour mark. In this little food only bottle I have 3 equal parts apple cider vinegar, some mango juice, and some apple juice. And I'm going to start spritzing it right now at the 3-hour mark. Let's look at where we're at here. I got some good color going. Got a little slight pullback going. Slight pullback. We're looking good. We're in good shape. Just going to give this a quick spritz so the edges don't burn. Keep that sucker hydrated. I like where we're at. I like how we're looking so far. So close that back up. I just threw another hickory stick on there recently. Those flames go away when you close that, by the way. Vents are almost all the way closed. Stack is, almost all the way closed. I'd say 3/4. Been maintaining 275, 285, more like 283 the whole time, so we're looking good. Check back on it in a couple hours. Alright guys, we are at the 5-hour mark, and we are looking fantastic. Got some nice pullback on there on both sides, and I've been spritzing it starting at the 3-hour mark every 45 minutes to an hour. I'm just going to probe in between the bones. This is feeling really good, honestly. A little tough right here. Try to get in between the bones. There's a membrane, like I said. We left the membrane on the bottom. You can feel the probe poke through the bottom membrane. If that feels good, these things are done. But they got some time to go yet. Feels pretty good on the top. The thinner parts feel pretty good. Let's see, let's take some readings here. 170, 172. Alright. Got a ways to go yet. So, again, 5-hour mark. Spritzing every 45 minutes to an hour. Alright, we're about at the 6.5-hour mark. From 9:30, it's about 4 p.m. right now. That's a thing of beauty right there. Very, very nice pullback on the bones. You can see that as the meat pulls back, it shifts the bones in different directions. We're going to go ahead and check it with our probe here. It's feeling really nice. It's kind of tough right there. Internal 185. 180 there. Let's see if we can poke through that bottom membrane. Oh, that's nice. Almost to the 200 there. These are about done. I'm going to let them go for another hour. And we're going to get them off here and slice them up. Alright guys, alas, it is 5 p.m. Look at that. They look amazing. So what I'm going to do here is get my probe out. We're going to probe them. Oh, it feels really good. Butter, 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 butter. Alright. Take an internal here. There we go. Yep, that is good enough for me. So, I'm going to pull this off, bring it inside. I'm going to cut into it, show you all what it looks like. Alright, so I got them inside. Put them on a cutting board. There's some amazing dark bark on there. Unlike brisket that I normally wrap, I don't wrap these. So you're going to get a really nice dark bark on these guys. Put them on the cutting board inside. Just cover in foil. You don't have to wrap them tight. Just tent it nice and loose. Let them rest for at least a half an hour, 45 minutes. And then we're going to slice into them and see what we got. Alright, so these have been resting for about half an hour to 45 minutes. Look at the gloriousness that is the beef short rib. We're going to slice into these. All you got to do is just slice into them. Cut between the bone. Stand them up if you want to. I'm going to go close to the bone on this guy right here. Oh man, it is like butter. I don't know if you can see that. That is beautiful. Juicy, tender. I am not even pressing that hard. That is just so soft. Let's cut these up. Man, I don't even think you need a sharp knife for these. Look at that, guys. Look at that. It's just a beautiful thing right there. So yeah, to recap, what I did was called the butcher, A.K.A. Jewel, the butcher at Jewel. Ordered 8-inch bones, plate rib, short rib. Got them home. Didn't use a binder. You could use a binder. I did not. Put the salt and pepper on them. Got the smoker up to 285 degrees. Put them on. We spritzed with a spritz bottle, 3 equal parts. Apple cider vinegar, apple juice, mango juice. They were on for a total of 6.5, 7 hours. Did not wrap. Kept it going the whole way through. And once they probed like butter, or the internal temperature was around 200, 202 degrees, that's what I was shooting for. They just felt good. They felt like they were done. So pulled them off, brought them inside, put them on a cutting board, let them rest for half an hour, 45 minutes. Loosely covered in foil. That's it. That's all there is to it. Alright, so there you have it. Beef short ribs. Super simple, delicious, Texas style. If you like what we're doing here, hit subscribe, hit the like button, make sure to share with your friends. Catch you on the next cook.